Hi lock beauties and lock lovers, Little Miss Freens here and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I wanted to bring you guys a video with some helpful tips on how to avoid build-up. There may be product build-up or from lint. None of us want it. We do not want anything in our locks, okay? So I'm going to give you a few helpful tips and hopefully they help you guys out, okay? So my first tip is going to be avoid product use. Try not to use anything in your locks that isn't necessary. I know some people tend to put like a lot of oils in their hair because they want their hair to be shiny and stuff like that. But your hair will naturally, well, locks don't tend to be naturally shiny anyway. But the best way to keep your hair looking healthy and luscious is to keep it moisturized. And that doesn't need to be with oils or heavy creams and things like that. Just keep it moisturized with like vitamin E oil mixed with rose water. Make sure you're hydrated yourself so you're keeping your hair healthy from within and on the outside as well. So the products that I would suggest to avoid mainly would be things like your gels. Even though gels sometimes say they don't cause build-up, most of the time they do, just because that gels aren't really made for locks and gel will get stuck in your locks, and it will attract other things as well, like dust particles that are blown in the air. You don't want any of that stuff. Heavy products that aren't made for locks are not for locks for a reason, because it gets stuck in your hair. So try to avoid products as much as possible. When shampooing your hair, make sure you completely rinse everything out, okay? Because if you don't completely rinse it out, then you're probably going to still have some grease, some natural grease and oils on your scalp, which will then cause buildup on your scalp. So make sure it's completely rinsed. If you do use conditioner, make sure you get that all out as well, because especially if you're a new locker, it's more easily, it will get inside your locks that much easier, and then it'd be much easier to, much harder to get it all out, okay? So just try to avoid anything unnecessary in your locks. Another tip would be to wash your locks as often as needed, okay? I know some people like to leave their locks for a long period of time. Some people can do that. It doesn't work for everybody. This is down to you and your lifestyle. Some people can leave it up to 6 months. Some people can only do 2 weeks. That just depends on you and your lifestyle. For me, I can only leave it for about 2 weeks. I have tried to stretch it longer, but it never seems to work out for me. I always end up with like dry, flaky scalp, or it's just itching and irritating me. So I need to wash my locks every 2 weeks. So find out what works for you and make sure you're doing it often as needed, so you're not going to end up with flaky scalp building up in your locks, or excess grease building up in your locks. We do not want that at all, okay? To determine how often you should shampoo your hair as well will determine how active you are, if you use products or not, just your basic lifestyle, and what works for you. So work that out and stick with it. To avoid lint when sleeping, keep your locks covered. This is something I've been doing for a very long time anyway, even before I was locked. Most black women in general anyway cover their hair when they're sleeping. One, because if you're having products on your hair, you don't want that getting on your pillow and then getting on your face. And two, you just want to keep your hair protected. You want to keep that moisture that's in your hair. You don't want it to be lost going in your pillow. You don't want the friction from the pillow messing with your locks if you've just had a retwist, and you don't want any lint from your pillows on your locks, okay? Remember, we're trying to avoid lint at all costs, okay? And when I'm not going out as well, I tend to keep my locks covered. I know my locks are out at the moment, but we're doing a video and it's a lock video, and I'm sure you want to see what my locks look like. But the majority of the time I do have a bonnet on my head, or I have a do-rag type thing on, something silky or satiny on my locks at all times. When I go out, I tend to wear hats, and sometimes I wear head wraps as well. I'm trying to remember to keep my bonnet on underneath my head wraps as well. I tend to do it with my hats, but I'm trying to remember to do it with my headscarves, because some of them are more cottony and they will dry out your hair and they will leave lint in your locks. Another way to help with lint in your locks is, before you shampoo or wet your hair, just shake your locks out. When I shake them, I mean just shake them like this, because you tend to have just surface lint, and with shaking your locks you're going to get rid of that before you actually wet it, because once you wet it it's going to just be stuck there forever. It will be in there and it'll be difficult to get out. So the best thing to do is just shake it as much as you can, get all that surface lint out. And I do this daily. I do it every single day before I put any moisturizer. When I say moisturizer, I do mean my vitamin E and rose water. Before I put anything like that on my locks, I do that first, and it's fun. Also, my last tip for today is to check your locks regularly. So I tend to get a mirror. I have two mirrors, one in front of me, one behind, and I inspect my locks and look to see if I can see any bits of fluff, anything that isn't my hair, and just try and pick it out. If there's anything I can see that I can't get out, I'll get my daughter to do it, or sometimes I get her to actually just look at my locks for me, and that helps as well. The quicker you can get it out, the easier it will be. Once it's embedded, you don't want to have to start tweezing it out because it can damage your locks as well. So that is my last tip, I believe. So if you have any more tips, please put them down below so other people can learn and I can learn too. Alright, but until next time, stay blessed, have an amazing day, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.